Basic outcome. Black market premium rate. Massist economics. External balance. Implicit rental value. Import. Import duty. Import quota. Import restrictions. Import substitution. Import substitution industrialization. Import tariff. Impossibility theorem. Impure public good. Imputed rent. Inactive money. Incentive payment systems. Incidence of taxation. Income. Incomes policy. Income and substitution effect. Income approach. Income circular flow of. Income consumption curve. Income determination. Income differentials. Income distribution. Income effect. Income effect of wages. Income elasticity of demand. Income expenditure model. Income maintenance. Income sales ratio. Income statement. Income support. Income tax. Income terms of trade. Income velocity of circulation. Increasing returns to scale. Incremental capital output ratio. Independent variable. Indexation. Indexation of tax allowances and taxation. Index number. Index number problem. Index of distortion. Indicative planning. Indifference. Indifference curve. Indifference map. Indirect least squares ILS. Indirect taxes. Indirect utility function. Indivisibilities. Inductive reasoning. Industrialization. Industrial action. Industrial and Commercial Finance Corporation. Industrial bank. Industrial complex analysis. Industrial concentration. Industrial democracy. Industrial development certificate. Industrial dispute. Industrial inertia. Industrial organization. Industrial policy. Industrial relation. Industrial reorganization corporation. Industrial unions. Industrial wage differentials. Industrial wage structure. Industry. Industry-wide bargaining. Inelastic. Inequality. Infant industry. Infant industry argument for protection. Infant industry tariff argument. Inference. Inferior good. Infinitely elastic. Infinite memory. Inflation. Inflationary gap. Inflationary spiral. Inflation accounting. Inflation-adjusted budget. Inflation rate. Inflation subsidy. Inflation suppressed. Inflation tax. Informal sector. Information. Information matrix. Informative economy analysis. Infrastructure. Inframarginal externality. Inheritance tax. Initial claim series. Injections. Inland bill. Innocent entry barrier. Innovations. Input. Input orientation. Input-output. Insider-outsider. Insider-outsider model. Inside lag. Inside money. Insolvency. Installment credit. Institutional economics. Institutional training. Instrumental variables. Instruments. Insurance. Insurance premium. Intangible assets. Intangible capital. Integer. Integerated economy. Integerated time series. Integration. Intended inventory investment. Intensive margin. Intercept. Interdependent utility. Interdistrict settlement account or fund. Interest. Interest equalization tax. Interest sensitivity. Intergenerational equity. Intergovernmental grants. Interlocking directorates. Intermediate areas. Intermediate goods. Intermediate lag. Intermediate technology. Intermediate technology development group. Intermediate variables. Internalization. Internal balance. Internal convertibility of soft currencies. Internal drain. Internal finance. Internal growth. Internal labor market. Internal rate of return. Internal wage differentials. International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. International cartel. International clearing unions. International commodity agreements. International debt crisis. International Development Association. International Development Cooperation Agency ID. International Division of Labor. International Economics. International Finance Corporation. International Labor Office. International Liquidity. International Monetarism. International Monetary Fund. International Payments System. International Standard Industrial Classification. International Trade. International Trade Organization. International Wheat Council. Interpersonal comparisons of utility. Interquartile range. Intersection. Interstate Commerce Act. Interval estimation. Interbank market. Intra-industrial trade. Invention and innovation. Invention and official financing. Inventories. Inventory cycle. Inventory investment. Inverse function rule. Inverse relation. Investment. Investment criteria. Investment demand schedule. Investment grants. Investment trust. Investors in industry. Invisibles. Invisible hand. The involuntary unemployment. In-kind redistribution. In the bank. IOU money. Iron law of wages. Irredeemable loan stock. Irredeemable preference shares. Irreversibility. ISIC. Islamic Development Bank. ISOQuant. ISO cost curve. ISO outlay line. ISO product curve. ISO profit curve. ISO revenue line curve. Issued capital. Issue department. Issuing broker. Issuing house. Issuing house association. Is an LM schedule. Is curve. Is LM diagram. ITO. Jelly capital. Jevon W. Stanley. Jobber. Job acceptance schedule. Job cluster. Job competition theory. Job creation. Job duplication. Job evaluation. Job search. Job search channels. Job shopping. Johnson Harry Gordon. Joint probability distributions. Joint products. Joint profit maximization. Joint stock company. Joint venture. Joint venture in European countries. Juggler cycle. Junk bonds. Justice as fairness. Just price. J-curve. J-test. Con Richard F. Kaldor-Hicks test. Kaldor-Nicholas. Kalecki Michael. Kalman filtering. Kontorovich Leonid. Kennedy round. Keynesian cross. Keynesian economics. Keynesian growth theory. Keynes effect. Keynes John Maynard. Keynes plan. Key bargain. Key rates. Kink demand curve. Klein-Goldberger model. Klein-Lawrence R. Knife edge. Knight Frank. Kondratiev Nikolai D. Koopmans Tiegeling. Koich transformation. Kuznets Simon. Labor. Labor's share. Labor augmenting technical progress. Labor economics. Labor force. Labor force participation rate. Labor force schedule. Labor hoarding. Labor intensive. Labor market. Labor power. Labor saving techniques. Labor standard. Labor supply. Labor surplus economy. Labor theory of value. Labor turnover. Laffer curve. Lagged relationship. Lagrangian technique. Laissez-faire. Laissez-faire economy. Land. Land intensive. Land reform and tenure. Land tax. Lang Oscar. Las Bases Price Index. Latin American Economic System. Latin American Free Trade Association LAFTA. Law San School. Law of Demand. Law of Diminishing Marginal Utility. Law of Diminishing Returns. Law of One Price. Law of Variable Properties. Layfield Report. Layoffs. Leading Links Principle. Leading Sector. Leakages. Leapfrogging. Learning. Lease. Least cost method of production. Least squares. Ledger tender. Lender of last resort. Leontief inverse. Leontief paradox. Leontief fossili W. Lerner ABA P. Lerner case. Lerner index. Less developed countries LDCs. Letter of credit. Level field. Level of significance. Leverage. Leveraged buyout LBO. Leveraged financing. Louis Ferrani's model. Louis Sir W. Arthur. Lexicographic preferences. L. E. Chatelier principle. Liabilities. Liberalism. LIBOR. Licensed deposit takers. Lifeboat. Life cycle hypothesis. Life cycle oriented expectation. Likelihood function. Likelihood ratio test LD. Limited company. Limited dependent variables. Limited information Li. Limited liability. Limit pricing. Lindahl model. Linder thesis. Linear combination. Linear dependence. Linear estimator. Linear expenditure systems. Linear function. Linear nomogeneous. Linear probability model. Linear programming. Liquidation. Liquidity. Liquidity preference. Liquidity ratio. Liquidity trap. Liquid asset. Liquid assets ratio. Liquidly. Listed securities. Little Merle's method. LM curve. Loan. Loanable funds. Loan capital. Loan facility. Loan stock. Local authorities market. Local finance. Local labor market. Local multiplier. Local public good. Locational integration. Locational interdependence. Location quotient. Location theory. Locking in effect. Lockout. Logarithm. Logistic function. Logit analysis. Logalling. Log linear. Lombard Street. Lomé convention. Longitudinal data. Long-dated securities. Long-haul economies. Long rate. Long run. Long run average cost lack. Long run competitive. Long run consumption function. Long run marginal cost. Long run Phillips curve. Long term capital. Long run total cost curve. Lorentz curve. Loss model. Loss aversion. Loss function. Loss leader pricing. Loss offsetting provisions. Low-level equilibrium trap. Low-wage trade. Lucas critique. Lump sum tax. LUS. Luxury. Luxury taxes. M1 and MMC Kung Tin M1 VA M0. Macmillan Committee. Macmillan Gap. Macroeconomics. Macroeconomics demand schedule. Majority rule. Malleable capital. Malthus law of population. Malthus Rev. Thomas Robert. Managed or dirty floating. Management. Management board. Management buyout. Management science. Managerial capitalism. Managerial discretion. Managerial revolution. Managerial slack. Managerial theories of the firm. Managerial utility function. Manager-controlled firm. Managing director. Manoilescu argument. Manpower policy. Manual workers. Marginal. Marginal analysis. Marginal cost. Marginal cost of funds schedule. Marginal cost of labor. Marginal cost pricing. Marginal damage cost. Marginal disutility. Marginal efficiency of capital. Marginal efficiency of capital schedule. Marginal efficiency of investment. Marginal efficiency of investment schedule. Marginal firm. Marginal income tax rate. Marginal per capita reinvestment quotient criterio. Marginal physical product. Marginal principal. Marginal product. Marginal productivity doctrine. Marginal product of labors. Marginal propensity to consume MPC. Marginal propensity to import. Marginal propensity to save MPS. Marginal propensity to tax. Marginal propensity to withdraw. Marginal rate of substitution MRS. Marginal rate of tax. Marginal rate of technical substitution. Marginal rate of transformation. Marginal revenue. Marginal revenue product. Marginal revenue product of labor. Marginal user cost. Marginal utility. Marginal utility of income. Marginal utility of money. Marginal value product of capital. Marginal value product of labor. Margin at the. Margin requirement. Market. Marketing. Marketing boards. Market classification. Market clearing. Market demand curve. Market demand curve for labor. Market economy. Market failure. Market forces. Market imperfection. Market maker. Market mechanism. Market orientation. Market-oriented reform. Market power. Market premium rate. Market share. Market socialism. Market structure. Markov process. Markowitz-Harry. Markup. Marshallian demand curve. Marshall aid. Marshall Alfred. Marshall Lerner condition. Marshall Plan. Marx Karl. Materials balance principle. Material forces of production. Mathematical expectation. Matrix. Maturity. Maximax. Maximin. Maximum. Maximum likelihood. M.C. Geyer Act. Meade James Edward. Mean. Means tested benefits. Mean variance analysis. Measurement error. Median. Median location principle. Median voter. Median vote theorem. Mediation. Medium of exchange. Medium-term financial strategy MTFS. Menger Karl. Menu cost of inflation. Mercantilism. Merchant bank. Merger. Merit bad. Merit goods. Methodology. Metzler case. Microeconomics. Microfoundations. Miller-Tydings Act of Olut Miller-Tydings NM 1937. Minimax regret. Minimum. Minimum efficient scale. Minimum employment target. Minimum lending rate MLR. Minimum wage. Minimum wage legislation. Minority control. Mint. Misspecification. Mixed economy. Mixed estimation. Mixed good. Mixed market economy. Mix of fiscal and money policy. Mobility of labor. Mode. Model. Modern quantity theory of money. Modern sector. Mode of production. Modigliani-Franco. Modigliani-Miller theory of cost of capital. Modulus. Moments. Monetarism. Monetarists. Monetary accommodation. Monetary aggregate. Monetary base. Monetary overhang. Monetary standard. Monetary union. Monetized economy. Money illusion. Money market equilibrium. Money multiplier. Money price. Money stock. Money supply. Money terms. Monoculture. Monopolies and Merger Act IN 1965. Monopolies and Merger Commission. Monopolies and Restrictive Practices Inquiry and Monopolistic Competition. Monopoly. Monopoly Power. Monopoly Profit. Monopsony. Monte Carlo Method. Moonlighting. Moral hazard. Mortgage. Most Favored Nation Clause. Moving Average. Multicollinearity. Multilateral Aid. Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency MIGA. Multilateral Trade. Multinational Corporation. Multi-plant economies. Multi-plant operations. Multiple correlation coefficient. Multiple regression. Multiplier. Multiplier accelerator interaction. Multiplier accelerator model. Multiplier coefficient. Multi-product firm. Multi-sector growth model. Multivariate analysis. Mundell-Fleming model. Mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive projects. Muradal-Gunnar K. M-form enterprise. Naive accelerator. Nash solution. Nationalized identities. Nationalized industry. National accounts. National bargaining. National Bureau for Economic Research. National debt. National Economic Development Council NEDC. National Enterprise Board NEB. National Gyrobank. National Income. National Income Accounting. National Institute for Economic and Social Research. National Insurance Contributions. National Insurance Fund. National Labor Relation Act. National Product. National Research Development Corporation. National Saving Bank. Natural Law. Natural Logarithm. Natural Monopoly. Natural Price. Natural Rate of Growth. Natural Rate of Unemployment. Natural Resources. Natural Selection Hypothesis. Near money. Necessity. NEDC. NEDI. NEDO. Need. Negative income tax. Neighborhood effects. Neoclassical economics. Neoclassical growth theory. Neoclassical synthesis. Neo-imperialism. Neo-orthodoxy. Nested hypotheses. Net advantages, the equalization of. Net barter, terms of trade. Net book value. Net economic welfare. Net export. Net investment. Net material product NMP. Net national income. Net national product. Net present value. Net profit. Net property income from abroad. Neutrality of money. Neutralizing monetary flows. Newly industrializing countries NICs. New classical macroeconomics. New economic policy NEP. New industrial state. New inflation. New international economic order. New issues market. New microeconomics. New microeconomics. New orthodoxy. New protectionism. New quantity theory of money. New view of investment. New view on money supply. New York Stock Exchange. Nominal. Nominal and exchange rate. Nominal and real interest rates. Nominal and real money balances. Nominal balances. Nominal value. Nominal variables. Nominal yield. Non-accelerating inflation rate of unemployment. Non-bank financial intermediaries. Non-competing groups. Non-cumulative preference shares. Non-excludability. Non-labor income. Non-linear. Non-linear function. Non-manual workers. Non-market. Non-nested hypotheses. Non-pecuniary goals. Non-price competition. Non-profit institutions. Non-renewable resource. Non-rival consumption. Non-tariff barriers. Non-uniqueness. Non-wage attributes. Non-wage labor costs. Norm. Normal cost pricing. Normal distribution. Normal equations. Normal good. Normal profits. Normal unemployment. Normal variable. Normative costs of production. Normative economics. Norm-following behavior. Notional demand. Null hypothesis. Numbers equivalent index. Numeraire. OPEC. Objective function. Occupational licensing. Occupational wages differentials. Occupational wages structure. OECD. OEEC. Offer curve. Offer for sale. Office of Fair Trading. Office of Management and Budget OMB. Offshore Investment Centers. Uhlenbertel. Oken's Law. Oligopolistic. Oligopoly. Oligopsony. One-sector growth model. One-tail tests. On-the-job training. OPEC. Opening prices. Open access resource. Open economy. Open market operations. Open unemployment. Operating gearing. Operating income. Operating profit. Opportunity cost. Opportunity cost approach to international trade. Opportunity cost of money holding. Opportunity wage. Optimal. Optimal capacity. Optimal distribution. Optimal level of pollution. Optimum. Optimum of optimorum. Optimum plant size. Optimum tariff. Option. Option value. Ordering. Ordinalism. Ordinal utility. Ordinary least square ols. Ordinary share. Ordinate. Organic composition of capital. Organization for European Economic Cooperation OEEC. Organization of Arab Petroleum Exporting Countries. Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development OECD. Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. Outcome. Outlier. Output. Output budgeting. Outside lag. Outside money. Outstanding credit. Overall fit of regression. Overdraft. Overfunding. Overhead costs. Overhead inputs. Over-identification. Overnight money. Overpopulation. Overshooting. Overtime. Overvalued currency. Over-the-counter market. Owner-controlled firms. Paid-up capital. Panel data. Paper money. Paper profit. Parabola. Paradigm. Paradox of thrift. Paradox of value. Paradox of voting. Parallel market premium rate. Parameter. Pareto liberal impossibility of. Pareto conditions. Pareto criterion. Pareto efficiency of resource allocation. Pareto improvement. Pareto non-comparability. Pareto optimum. Pareto optional redistribution. Pareto relevant externality. Pareto Vilfredo. Participating preference shares. Participation rate. Paris Club. Parity price system. Partial adjustment. Partial derivative. Partial equilibrium. Partly rational expectations. Partnership. PAR rate of exchange. PAR value. PAR value of gold. Pascha price index. Patents. Patent of trade. Patent rights. Path independence. Path of government spending. Pattern bargaining. Pauper labor. Payback period. Payments balance of. Payment by results. Payout ratio. Pay ceiling. Pay freeze. Pay in kind. Pay off. Peak load pricing. Peak period labor demand. Pecuniary external economy. PEGNEO. Pendulum arbitration. Pension. Pension fund. Perstyle. Perestroika. Perfect competition. Perfect markets. Permanent consumption. Permanent income. Permanent income hypothesis. Perpetuity. Personal income. Personal loan. Personal rate of substitution. Personal saving. Perverse migration. Per capita. Per capita real GDP. PESC. Petroleum Revenue Tax PRI. Phillips curve. Physiocrats. Piecework. Piece rates. Pigou Arthur Cecil. Pigou effect. Pigovian tax. Pivot effect hypothesis. Placing. Planned economy. Planning Programming Budgeting System PPBS. Planometrics. Plant bargaining. Plato. Plurality. Point elasticity of demand. Point estimation. Point of inflection. Point utility possibility curve. Point voting. Policy coordination. Policy instruments. Policy off. Policy targets. Political business cycle. Political economy. Polluter pays principle. Pollution. Pollution rights. Poll tax. Polynomial. Polynomial lag. Pooled data. Pooled lending. Population. Population explosion. Population policy. Population trap. Portfolio. Portfolio balance approach. Portfolio balance approach to the balance of payments. Portfolio diversification. Positional good. Positive economics. Positivism. Posterior distribution. Post-war credits. Post-Keynesian economics. Potential entry. Potential national income. Potential output. Potential Pareto improvement. Poverty. Poverty trap. Power function. Praise Winston. Prebis thesis. Precautionary motive. Precautionary unemployment. Predatory pricing. Prediction. Preference. Preference revelation. Preference shares. Preferential hiring. Preferred ordinary shares. Premium. Preemption rights. Short-run Philip curve.